Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Money Talks. Today, we are peeling back the curtain on a topic that sits at the intersection of dreams and reality, financial planning. Joining me is Abhishake Mathur, co-founder of Vasupradah, who heads financial planning at Vasupradah and has worked extensively in the area of personal finance and financial planning. Abhishek, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Jaideep. As usual, it's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, let us jump right in. In your writing, you compare financial planning to booking a hotel. It sounds simple, but you point out that we often mess it up. Tell us about that.
So, Jaideep, I'll tell you my own story and a recent one. And I had thought I'd planned everything for a perfect holiday, especially a hotel room, which we needed to be close to a metro station. And I picked good location, price, view, but completely missed out on one point, which was that the hotel did not have an elevator. So really, we had to carry heavy suitcases to the third floor. Of course, I was kicking myself for the adventure, but this is not what I actually wanted. And this is despite some bit of planning that I had done for myself.
And that is a perfect analogy for life, isn't it?
Yeah, precisely, Jaideep. Financial planning is planning for a much higher order needs, which is like securing your life goals financially. It is your goals like retirement, kids' education, buying home, etc. So planning is not just about an investment product. It is about avoiding picking up those rooms without elevators, those unforeseen risks and hard behind the scene work that ensures that your financial journey is structured, not a gamble. Actually, financial planning turns pure luck into a well earned luck.
I love that phrasing, but let us get tactical. Many people think they can just do this in their heads. Why bother with a formal plan?
Yeah, so we all make mental plans. I want to retire at 55. I need funds for my child education. But a formal financial plan does three things. It documents your income, expenses, assets, liabilities. It forces you to look at cold number, hard numbers, and most importantly, it turns those abstract aspirations into specific actionable steps.
Is this something a person should do on their own, or do they need an expert?
Yeah, Jaideep, I have seen, many of the clients having an Excel sheet. Actually, you can do it yourself. But the thing is that an expert brings the technical skills and the objective and an objective eye to the entire exercise. They help you articulate the goal. You might not have even named yet. For example, at a firm, Vasupradah, we put the plan through a stress test against various market scenarios. So the plan is actually made in a way that it can test against any kind of a market impact. Now, can you do it on a spreadsheet? Very difficult, maybe. But an expert certainly adds tremendous amount of value.
Yeah, that makes sense. But what about the unpredictable? I mean, we have got inflation, shifting interest rates, and life events. Does plan really secure future?
So, Jaideep, a good financial plan takes into account multiple variables: the inflation, risk appetite, risk ability, the cash flow, which is how much money is going to be coming in, how much are we going to be spending, sequence of the goal. Your goals could be bunched up together, or they could be at at a fair distance to each other. That can have an impact to the financial plan, the expected returns, volatility of returns, etc. All these significantly improves your odds of reaching your goal. But it is not again a set it forget it kind of a tool. You need to review it at least once a year or after any major life event. The environment changes and your plan must evolve with it.
And study shows that 7 out of 10 people underestimate their retirement needs or are unprepared. If financial planning is so important, why are we so bad at this?
Yeah, extremely important to know that. And the thing is, in my experience, planning does not come naturally to all of us. And because we are all optimistic by nature, we are all hopeful that good things are going to happen. and planning in some way kind of reminds us that there could be something negative which could be happening to me in the future. And so we like to defer it. I mean, it is not very, very natural to all of us. We think planning as a chore. We put it off. Many just get overwhelmed by the data and the time and effort that may go into create a plan for themselves. And we are okay with some bit of adventure because planning does require some bit of work. So you always think, what is the kind of uncertainties that I'm going to expect and how much work am I supposed to do to create a plan? And that actually creates some kind of an inertia. Second, in our mind, we still feel that there is a safety net which is not available at this point of time. And what I mean by safety net is the safety net of the employers giving a pension or the comfort of a joint family, which was there all this time. We know that employee pension has largely disappeared and our family structures have moved from joint to nuclear. And we are essentially on our own. And so if we don't take the ownership of doing the financial plan ourselves, we can end up with an uncalled adventure at the time of retirement.
Yeah, yes, and uncalled adventure, especially at the time of retirement, it can be very difficult situation. Okay, for the listeners who are ready to start today, walk us through the process. How do we actually build this thing?
Right. So there are four stages. The first is the data collection, in which we get all the documents, which is the investment, savings, risk preference, the life goals, etc. And this is where the client or customers would need to actually give us the data. In the second phase is the plan creation, and this is where a lot of mathematical crunching happens. We map the current assets of our clients with the future targets, and really a financial plan is about matching your present and future assets with your liabilities. The third is refinement and implementation. It is not a paper exercise. There is a lot of discussion that could happen during the formation of plan. And this is the time when we make those small changes which could be required to have a successful plan. And the fourth, the review. This is the discipline phase. We check back every 6 months to ensure whether whether we are on track as far as the financial plan is concerned.
It sounds like less adventure and more well-being.
Yeah, that's the goal, Jaideep. Removing unnecessary adventure from your finances so that you can spend your energy on actual living. You don't have to really worry about your finances. A financial plan gives comfort that you are on track.
Abhishek, thank you for breaking that down for us. It is a great reminder that the best time to plan was yesterday, but the second best time is now.
Thank you. My pleasure, Jaideep.
And to our listeners, thanks for tuning in. Remember, don't just book the hotel, read the reviews, do not miss out on details. We will see you next time.